Hi, Hotep. Today I'll be talking about, 10 ways which I found that help me to lose weight. I've had a request and someone's asked me how can they lose 10 pounds. And what I want to say to you is, it's a lifestyle change. It's a positive change once you've made up your mind that, yeah, you want to lose some weight, you want to change your life, you want to look good, feel good, and be energized. And since January the 1st this year, I've had a lifestyle change. I've been fasting. So number one for me would be a fast. It doesn't have to be an elongated fast. It could be just a fast one day. So you could fast for one day a week, perhaps, or you could do 3 days and then build that into your program and do a 3-day fast regularly. Um, Along with fasting, what I do is I've made up my mind and I said, there's certain things I won't put in my body because I believe whatever you put in your body, that's what's going to stay on your body. You are what you eat. Um, think and live, and there's certain foods I just won't, which are very mucus producing, which are very damaging, detrimental to the body. And everyone out there is trying to look good and feel good and gain ultimate health. And so in the mornings, what I do, I'll just wake up and I'll do a mini liver flush. I always have like a hot lemon drink, lashings of lemon. I'll use mint tea, and just very hot, not much sugar. Or sometimes you can use honey, but I feel that flushes the system out from the toxins that are built up overnight. So I do that, and then after I have that initial drink, then I'll have freshly juiced oranges. So I'll have a glass full of the freshly juiced orange. I think that's a good way of losing weight because you gain all those vitamin enzymes, packed, compact, compressed into a glass, and it just goes straight to your cells. And this is what you need. You don't really need to feed your stomach as such, because even when you feed the stomach, without feeding the cells, then your body's gonna die. So you know. I do that. So I have the juice, and then I have the liver flush, then I have the juice. And what I do as well is I eat a lot of green leafy vegetables. I used to before when I put on all the weight. Some of it was due to medication that's adds weight to you, but also I'd left the responsibility of what I ate to someone else. So I'd eat, all the typical, black foods that, black people like to cook, which are, like the rices, the starchy, the rice, the dumplings, the curries, all, it's good foods, but, I think in moderation, you can eat anything. So, you know, for me, I'd recommend anyone who likes to eat rice, which is very starchy and it's white. If you have to eat rice, eat the brown one. But if you can't eat the brown one, there's this really brilliant product called quinoa that I used to indulge in before. I don't eat it at the moment, but it's vegetable based and it's very good for you. And it won't add any starches, carbohydrates. It's more a complex carbohydrates, more to say. So, but what I did is just eliminated all white foods from my diet. So I don't eat any white bread, right? White flour, white rice, white anything, white sugar. I just don't indulge in that any longer. And I found that helped me lose the weight. Also, what I excluded from my diet is alcohol. I've found that alcohol is very high, has a very high caloric count, loads of calories. I think it's equivalent to just like drinking, pure oil or lard or something like that. It's very counterproductive to, for me, it's been, that's in my experience, that it's been very counterproductive to me. And as soon as I dropped the alcohol, which I had on a regular basis, um, I saw drastic improvements in my appearance. I felt better about myself. I wasn't so lethargic. I wasn't so tired. I had all the energy I needed. I didn't need as much sleep because when you eat those heavy foods, that makes you sleep. So I'll cut that out. I also, on my daily staple, as I say, eat green leafy vegetables. So I buy that pre-packed, and I've got something to show you how I buy mine. Um, this is how I buy mine pre-packed, and I just prepare it myself. I just have some of this, and I'll have some salad dressing with that. And also, I like to have, like, the sweet corn, and I'll boil some of that, and I'll have some of that with my meal. And I like fish, so I'll deal with any. Well, I like herring, but oily fish or white fish, I'll just have it steamed. Now and then, when I get bored of having it steamed, I'll have it, lightly fried. But I try to avoid too many fried foods. Because I get addicted to stuff very easily. So if I get too used to taste, then I'd be like on it. But another favorite of mine, and okay, yeah, with the salad that I eat, I'll always have garlic in it. It, you know, I like garlic, so I eat a lot of garlic. And also, what I have every day, and I'm addicted to it. It's avocados. Okay, I love avocados, and this one, oh, it's feeling nice and soft now, so it's nearly ready to be eaten. So I like to indulge in avocados as well. So my diet's a pretty almost monotonous diet, salad, sweet corn, avocados, garlic. But I found that that works for me. And on occasion, I'll have the odd treat. But I think when you're trying to lose weight, when you start to lose the first few pounds, I think, when your clothes start to be too big for you, I think you ought to reward yourself. So what I do, I'll have some retail therapy. I'll go and either get a new top or get a new pair of earrings, or I'll get my hair done, or I'll do something to reward myself. That I've been, trying, and I've got this new lifestyle change, and it also reflects. I can, feel good in my clothes because I'm wearing the right size instead of wearing something that's just way too big for me. I think since January I must have dropped about, 4 or 5 dress sizes. I'm not sure, but I don't take much notice. I'll just, whenever I want to reward myself, I'll get in and I'll buy something that I like. Also, when people are trying to lose weight, they're always like running on the scales. They're on the scales every minute. For me, that's not very important because how often do I go on scales? I think maybe once a month, maybe every 5 weeks. I really don't take any notice because as long as I know what I'm putting in my body is you know very complex and green leafy, I feel fine with it. So that's another thing. Another thing I use is what I use is because I think exercise is very important. And although I'm not a member of a gym or anything, what I do, I like jogging, but I don't jog very often. Sometimes in England it rains a lot, so you can't always guarantee you can go out and jog. So if there's like the children's hula hoops around, I'll maybe do a bit of hula hooping, or they've got skipping ropes. I'll just skip maybe just 5 minutes, 5 minutes a day, just to make sure I'm shaking, shaking those atoms up, the cells, make sure the cells are moving because obviously the universe is always moving. So you need to be in par with the universe. So you need to keep moving as well. If you want to like shift that weight, it doesn't have to be very taxing what you do. And as you lose weight, there's, I dread to say it, but there's sagging. So, there's extra skin. And for me, I particularly pay attention to my arms. My arms are very important to me. And, so I use these little babies I just do some weights at home. I do it about every other day, and I don't do like, hours and hours of it. I'll just, I use these. and I'll just do, I'll just, just work my arms and just try and keep it toned, you know, and those are my little lifesavers. So I'll tone it. But before you start using your weight, so you should stretch it, stretch out your muscles. And when you use your weights, then stretch again afterwards, and so you won't get those aches and pains. Just I do a few crunches as well. Not many, as I say. Sometimes just 20, every other day, as long as I just keep doing something, and it's an ongoing part of my life. I don't, I'm not going in for like Miss Muscle of the Miss Universe or anything. It's just for my personal gratification. So that's what I do. What else do I do? Oh yes. Also, because I do a lot of fasting, I believe in paying attention to your colonic health. So I do indulge in colonics. I believe you should have a colonic, at least once a month. But if you can't have one once a month, then you should have like a series. Like recently, about 6, 7 weeks ago, I've had a series of 3 colonics. So I had it like every 3 weeks. I've had like a colonic, and that's very good for you because with the fasting it builds up the toxins in your body, and it's a really fast way of like getting rid of that uh, colonic plaque, because that could be very heavy in your body if you haven't had a clot ever in your life, or you haven't had one recently. So you could lose weight. You could lose about 5 pounds, 10 pounds in minutes once you have a colonic, and if you can keep it up, because once you have that colonic, you don't want to just go back in there and just be eating those foods that um those bad food. You just stay on your program, whatever your program, tailor it to suit your needs. You know what your body needs, you know what you like, you know what you'll stick to. Just go for gold, I say. And also, if you can't, because colonics can be a bit pricey, if you can't afford to have, a colonic, you know, regularly, then there's this little product I found on the internet which I buy, or you can buy it in the health food stores. This is called Oxycalm, okay, and it's just some little capsules you can take either one whenever you require it, or you can take up to 4 if you want a really good cleanse. So that's Oxycalm. And when you take the Oxycalm, or when you have the colonic, you do need to have some because you're disturbing the bacteria in your colon. So you need to put in some probiotics in there, okay? And like that's what I use. I try and have one a day. And if I feel a cold's coming on, or if I feel any type of illness, instead of running to the doctors, I'll just take one of these, and I let my children take it as well, and I promote it to my extended household as well. So I say to them, don't take one of those, or get yourself a bottle. So there's that. And I just think just be positive, and stay, nurture yourself, look after yourself. This is the gift you've been given this vehicle to have this experience now. So look after it as best as you can. And losing weight is a positive change in your life, and starting when I first started, I didn't tell anyone. Well, obviously, yeah, I made more videos, but I didn't tell people around me, and so people around me started saying, "There's something different. Have you lost some weight?" And I'll say, "I think I have, but I'm not sure because I haven't weighed myself." So I mean, that feels good when people start to notice that you're taking paying attention to yourself, and you're trying to look after yourself. And sometimes they'll say to you, "Oh, what you're using, or what you're doing." So losing weight is a positive change. Drink loads of water, as I said before. Purify the body. use go have a colonic if you can, save up, or if you got, do indulge in colonics. Also have a steam, go and have a sauna. It's ever so good for the skin. It opens the pores, and it detoxes the body as well, takes out those impurities. So have a sauna, get enough sleep, obviously. I mean, and once you start lifting those weights and you start, you know, doing, you will sleep and have some wonderful dreams. So stay focused, I say, keep your mind on what your ultimate goal is. For me, I like, Jessica White. I don't know, and I think she looks wonderful. So she's my, I look up to her, and so, take charge of the situation. I don't eat out very often. I don't go to restaurants and, eat like McDonald's, and, I think the other day I had a few pakoras and a few samosas, and that really, I thought, well, I don't really know what's, what oils they've used, if they've used lard, if they, so I don't really indulge, foods prepared outside. I try and just do it as naturally as possible, and I try and do it myself. So, and don't, what I say, just take it in your stride. Don't get too obsessed about it, and do too much the first day, the first week, and then a few weeks down the line, you've given up, you stop, you're fed up. Just take it slowly. Just let it be gradual change, and you'll start to see the difference. You'll feel better. People around you start admiring you, and you can start, you share how you've achieved what you achieve. Another thing that's good for weight loss is meditation. Just taking time and quietness in the mind, and just meditate. Just be silent, and to thank your ancestors. Thank your higher self. To thank your spirit guides, for helping you and showing you that this is something that you need to do at this moment in your life, and that how beneficial it will be to you. So, I always thank the ancestors, and I say thank you. You know, um, and obviously, at one time, when was it? It was about 2 years ago. I went in to the doctors, and the nurse, she took my BMI, and it was something ridiculous. And they were saying like I had borderline hypertension, and I could die from a stroke any minute, and and they gave me all these pills, and I don't take the pills. I try and just eat healthily, exercise in moderation, regular exercise. I tone my muscles, and I reward myself. I'll have retail therapy, and so. And the last thing is, there's a wonderful book that promotes, if you want to know more about how your colon is directly affecting your health, and how to have a clean colon is very important to weight loss and overall health. There's this book by Dr. Norman Walker. Okay, and well, I found it useful over the years. I've it's just made me more conscious and more aware that how important the colon is, because some people, they've got stuff wrong with them, and they let the doctors cut the colon, take it out, the way back. I mean, that's very unfortunate, but it's a very good book. And yeah, colon health, the key to a vibrant life. You can regain vitality of youth. And one person said to me the other day, they say, every time I see you, you look younger and younger and younger, and that made me feel good. And I said thanks, but I just carry on with my program that I've tailored for myself, and I just thank the ancestors for wonderful genes, and that I came to this time in my life when I realized that this is something important that I needed to do, and I should continue doing until my last breath. So I hope I've covered everything. If I've missed anything out, I'll try and do another video in the future. I've got videos coming up I'm writing at the moment, so hopefully you'll get to see what I'm writing about. I'm trying to get that ready as well. So thank you again for joining me. Peace, Namaste Hotep, and you know, stay conscious, and you can do it. You can lose those 10 pounds. If it's 20 pounds, it doesn't matter what size you are. Just start today and be consistent with it. Persevere, never give up. Don't listen to those people who are, sometimes you start things and people, they're not happy if you take no notice, and don't procrastinate. Do it today, and in a few weeks and months down the line, you'll start to see the results and be glad that you started. So thank you, peace, and stay strong. Okay, bye.